Old gray mare, she ain't what she used to be. Ain't what she used to be. Ain't what she
I
used
have
to
no
be.
mouth, but I must
Old
sub.
gray mare, she ain't what she used to be. Ain't what she used to be. Ain't what she used to be.
And now, the Crazy Old Man Singers.
Old gray mare, she ain't what she used to be. Ain't what she used to be.
Oi!
Oi, indeed. Hello? What's up, everybody? How's it going? How's everyone doing today? Hope everyone's doing well. What's up, Verge? What's up, Hamilton Howley? Oi. Hamilton Howley. Holy shit, thank you so much for the 23-month streak and 31-month subscription total. Holy shit.
Oi!
A lot of support. Yo, what's up, Brian? Oi. What's up? Yes, okay, fine. Games indeed. How's everyone doing today? I think I got everything almost ready.
Oi!
Did we kill Andre? I kind of made that a potential incentive in the run. I don't know if we actually will, but it would be pretty funny because he is pretty tough and I never fight him. Oi to the world. It's almost that time, isn't it, Malform? What's up, everybody? How's everyone doing? Happy, almost American Thanksgiving. There's one thing I wanted to do. Oh, let me update Hamilton Howley's vote here for what we do next. I think we will be doing... I'm going to lock in Final Fantasy IX as the next thing that we do. Just because we finished Shadow Tower, and that was what we were supposed to be doing. We got Hamilton Howley here. Brings the health bar to 604. Yo, what's up, Hugh? The only real way to fight him is to fight him like he fights you. Yeah, I can only do drop kicks. Oh, I'm also realizing, let me go to the... and be over here now. Oh, I forget you have the full ska band, Malform, and the emotes. Okay. And I wanted to update Metal Gear Solid 1 playthrough. I almost said first playthrough. I have for sure played that game. Hamilton Howley has seen me play some of that game series. But nice, we got that on the board now. Exciting. I don't think that's the one that Delta is, right? Delta was Snake Eater, right? The trombone is fucked up. Did you make those? Or are those real pixel art things? From games? But yeah, how's everyone doing? I hope everyone's having a good day. Resub. Wait, this is supposed to be a note, not a comment. What am I doing? Third note. Resub. Hamilton Howley. Copy them from BRA, Bra Final Fantasy albums? I'm not sure. Nice, Hugh. Enjoy. Good luck. All right, chat. Let's start the old speed run. Let's pull up the splits. Oh, I wanted to add the splits on the vertical stream as well. It'll cover some of my face. I don't even know if it's gonna look good, honestly, with the. I think that's a window capture. Yeah. I guess we could just put it here. Whatever. We'll just put it in the top over there. So that way, anyone watching the vertical streams be able to look as well. Yes, and I've taken offense to being compared to Shia LaBeouf because I'm a FKA Twigs fan. And I will say it every time. Okay, let's, I think we're all set with everything. God, I have so much trash. Like, no wonder my computer is always on fire. I have so many windows open, it's nuts. I guess I could have changed my name from Starting Soon to something else, but that as well. Oh, forgot. Fine, okay. I'm used to splitting with the select button, but since I'm not running live split on the same computer that I'm playing the game on. Rats off to you. Alright, let's see if I remember all of the small things that I was forgetting yesterday. I think I do. Yeah, my first time playing it. I hope it goes well. I've heard this game's pretty hard. Heard it's pretty tough. A lot of the practice that I've been doing this week has made it feel like it is my first run. But the good news is, all of them have been underestimate. Might want to pace myself or else I'll miss the story. Everyone always says this game has no story. That is something that legitimately bothers me, because I think Dark Souls has a really good story. I guess not so much the later games, although 2 has kind of got an interesting story. Broswat asked me if she played Dark Souls, who I think her favorite character would be. And I said either Siegmeyer or Solaire. Until she meets the Fair Lady. Because everyone's favorite character is the Fair Lady. And that's why everyone thinks it's normal when you give the Fair Lady 60,000 humanity. It's a totally normal thing that everyone wants to do. Okay, we got the Pyro Flame. This guy's not cooperating, so we're just going to wait it out. We're going to go slow because these guys are annoying. I wanted him to hit me there. Your favorite character is Patches? That's a really good answer. Patches is that character that you, like, really hate the first time you play the game. Oh, we actually got good RNG today with his attack. Let's go. Your vote's on Laurentius? Laurentius is also a very good answer. I'm like looking all over the place. I'm actually looking at my gaming monitor today instead of just my like a captured window. I might change that up so I can be looking more at the not just off to the side where everyone's like, why is your monitor on the ceiling? I do have a pretty jank setup. I think Quaylana is another really good answer. I think she's a very cool character. My favorite thing about Quaylana is when you're done talking to her, like when you fully upgrade your pyromancer's flame, she's like, I will call you fool no longer. And like, there's no point in any of her dialogue where she ever even calls you fool. So you're like, what the fuck? What do you mean you've been calling me fool? Who have you been calling me a fool to? I thought we were friends. What do you mean you've been calling me a fool? It's like a sweet moment, because it's her being like, wow, you've surpassed me as a student. But it's just very, very funny, the wording that they decided to use for it. I don't love my health right now. There's not really a good time to heal. Maybe on these steps here. I can't remember if Laurentius has any dialogue after you meet Quaylana. If he's like, yo, you met Quaylana? You encouraged me to run with speed today. I will do my best. Let's see how Taurus Demon wants to treat us. We're not off to the best start because of RNG. What? I might get hit by an arrow here. Somehow managed to miss the arrow. Not there, not that one though. Okay, we said that if we don't get it the first try, we're just gonna quit out. And then we're gonna do the actual, like the original, Oh, that's right, he asks you. Oh, he goes to try and find her, right? Okay, so now we're just gonna do the old strat. Oh, I should have healed. Okay, let's start a new run. That wouldn't really be rip run. Yeah, I don't even know if that was the stomps or if that was an arrow or something. It's been so long since I've done that fight. I really need to practice that fight. I should have healed before I went in there. That was my my big mistake. All right, we dusted off all the cobwebs. I also want to try this. I'd like to be in a better spot of looking at the camera. I don't know why that bothers me, but it does. And there's a YouTuber I've been watching who also streams on Twitch now, and she was saying that there was some... It might have been like Northern Lion or something, and she was just like, I can't watch his streams because when he's looking... Like, his webcam is never looking at the actual game, and that really bothers me. I'm like, shit, is that something that I need to think about? The cobwebs are the hardest boss. Yeah, it's all the rust. I need the rusted iron ring so I can have the rust work for me. Let me see. You got it, Randomsome. I don't know if I can... I don't know if that's the correct amount of characters, but we can make it work. It's funny that Dude, the new OBS is so confusing. It's funny that that can now be redeemed again. I'm gonna do... They changed the menu slightly. Okay, open source projector is now in a completely different place. So when I try and... New window, okay. I did the same thing yesterday and immediately forgot that it's like a new OBS thing. When people look at the borders of the screen, yeah, I'll just look directly into the webcam. That'll be less weird. It doesn't help that there's like never really a good place to put any... There's no default in any From Software game for like where the best place to put the webcam is. When I had the green screen, I fit really nicely in the corner for Dark Souls without blocking any of the HUD. Okay, and then I need to go over here and do Wolf, Ring, LVR. There we go. There you go, random sum. My name is HUD. I also want to see if this is like, if there's like weird input delay. Yeah, if I put it on the center of the screen, it will not block any of the HUD. Alright, we're gonna do dark red hair because we're gonna be dark red in terms of splits. But how's everyone doing? How is everyone's Tuesday? I think it's Tuesday, right? I can make uncomfortable eye contact with you all now as well. Since I don't like really have to look at the screen for most of the run, I can kind of go on like muscle memory. I'm going to try and look directly into the camera as often as I can. I wish I had a button that I could zoom. Nice, you did some chores and played some games. Hell yeah. How was you said FTL went good? I'm excited to play FTL eventually. It seems like a really cool game. Work almost done. Tomorrow's the last day of the work week. Hell yeah. Are you getting are you gonna get like a half day or anything? I feel like that's probably gonna happen at my job. Or at least it will for my team, because I will just tell my team to go home. You only play on easy? So when I play it for the first time, I feel like I should play it on normal. I want to get like the true feel of it, you know what I mean? I know it's supposed to be really punishing. Ugh. These hollows, man. Let's, heal. Don't want to die to the asylum demon. Play on easy until it goes up. I guess I'll just do the default. Yeah, so if he jumps, it's kind of time loss, because it's very unlikely that you'll hit him again. Giga hollow. Yeah, those hollows are always annoying. I feel like my splits are doing that weird thing again. I don't know. I have no idea. I'm a washed speedrunner. I don't know how live split works anymore. I should probably practice commentary on a run coming up soon. It always feels so weird to be, like, practicing commentary to an audience that regularly watches and who pretty much knows. Yo, what's up, Spacey? Thank you for the good luck. I've had nothing but good luck so far today. The key to this boss is to avoid damage. You'd think that about most bosses, but I feel like in some instances it's actually kind of fast to take damage from a boss. I like how I'm just standing on this guy's stuff. Find the shield for the baby strat later. Whoop. But I guess after this run, maybe we'll try out some commentary. It's weird though, because like when I'm doing commentary, it's like I won't be talking to chat, obviously, when I'm doing the hotfix run. To roleplay a bit. Speaking of role-playing, I should have done some more rolling and playing well there. Folks, is this thing on? That was, legitimately, that was some whack RNG. What I keep telling myself when things go awry in the practice runs is that that's good, actually, because it kind of gives me a feel for how much time is actually lost. Yeah, I didn't, I'm very weird about asking people to do anything. Spacey. But I know I probably could have asked in the, Soul Speedrun Discord. But I'm like, I don't want to put anyone on the spot, and I don't want to, you know, have to schedule a time in my weird schedule to practice commentary and stuff like that. Most of the runs I've done in the past, I've done solo commentary. I had Nins join me at one of the MagFest runs when I was doing No Wrong Warp. And that was specifically just so he could potentially help me explain the prompt swap, which we don't have to do in this one. This one's a much more straightforward run. Let's see if we can get this. Used to always do solo com? Yeah. Oh, this is bad. That's really bad, wow. Okay, well, we wanted to practice the Taurus Demon strat anyway. No warp is wrong. You haven't seen mine, Reevy. I mean, I know you have, but... This is, again, good practice for, having to do this, like, backup strat here. I have once again not actually looked at what I typically do here. Okay, we're gonna... I rolled, Miyazaki! Taurus, man. Yeah, the Taurus demon. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna try the quick kill again. This is why we rest at Firelink. Drink up. So we can have more than just 5 Estus for this. Alright. I was hoping maybe we could get lucky with him jumping backwards, but I think that's like 70%. I don't know if my setup is just wrong. It was going quite well until the fight started. Exactly. Wait. I want to make sure that I like need all of this gold pine resin. The only thing that is like really kind of worrisome about this route is just the very early game. Specifically because we need all the pine resin. Oh, I thought he staggered. Alright, it wasn't pretty, but we did make it work. I was like, wait, we need souls here. Taurus Demon always fucks you up when you haven't been playing regularly. Becomes easy when you practice. Yeah, all of his attacks are very easy to dodge. The problem that I'm currently having is that, like, the strat that I always use is to just get him to fall off. So I haven't practiced, like, the old fight like that yet. But now... So the nice thing about when he just jumps off the bridge is that you have plenty of gold pine resin. Like, you always have plenty of it when you have 3. Yo, what's up, Shadow Tech? Dark Souls is hard. Especially when you're level 1, like I am currently. So dragons don't have green blood, random something that not a lot of people might know. Everything has green blood in Dark Souls. It's just the most noticeable when I cut the Drake's tail that it's green. Also, immediately forgot to do the elevator strat. That's fine. But yeah, if you set the blood to mild, everything has green blood. So you can see it here with this.
Mr.
Jesus
Prime
Christ.
Minister!
My alerts are so goddamn loud, dude. 1 second. Darmok. Thank you so much for the 23 months. Holy shit. Thank you for the heart attack. No, that's fine. I'm going to blame Darmok for me being bad at this skip. It's all good. We're just testing for things that can happen in the marathon. So the craziest thing about what just happened there is that this guy, like these guys are like never fast. Okay, we got it. It was way scarier than it needed to be. Mainly because we didn't get the marathon safety elevator. And this angle is not great. So the angle that I usually have this at is different. It doesn't really change the inputs, but it does change the way that I, like, adjust stuff. So we're going to level up to 12 dex. We can get more dex, but let's just do more endurance while we're at it. Because we only need 12. I think that's because, like, other things had died after I had died a couple of times. Yeah, so, like, threading that needle there when it's at a different angle than you're used to is kind of tricky. Okay, nice. Oh, yes. Good. Oh, I forgot to split. How many things going on? I'm glad I don't really have to, like, worry about splitting during the actual run. It's so funny, I see the cursor on my screen, but it's not the cursor that would be on the game screen. The doll's trying to kill me and the toaster's been laughing at me. You had that stuck in your head for the last hour? Yeah, here's your problem. Somebody set this thing to evil. That's such a good episode. Gonna punch this snake lady. I think they're ladies. I can't remember. I might have made that up. Are the sorceress snakes? Are they lady snakes? They might be. Yeah. I haven't watched, like, any of the new Treehouse of Horror episodes. But, like, Golden Age Simpsons Treehouse of Horror, so good. They're non-binary. That could be true. Doing the old slow move swap. Yeah, it's important to check that so I have my commentary correct. That's true. This is why I need someone to do commentary. For the true questions. Spacey, should I fit in a 6-7 joke? And if so, how? How and when? I literally probably could do the same thing that you did, Spacey. And just be like, yeah, we have to hit Gwyn like 6, 7 times with running attacks here. I waited a little bit there just because... Okay, decent golem, only missed 1 hit. We're gonna wait for the bomb cycle. And then I don't wait for the bomb cycle. I swear that was not intentional. Listen. That's what I thought. Because you said that, and I was just thinking Dark Souls brain, where I'm like, yes, 6 or 7 attacks to stagger makes sense. And you did say 6, 7... And I was like, okay. It didn't register to me at all, like that's what you were doing. And then someone in chat was like, really? Was that just a 6-7 joke on GDQ? And I was like, oh, I guess it was. Alright, so now we need to level up to 27 strength, 18 endurance. I was very worried that we wouldn't have enough souls, but we had just enough. Takes more poise damage when he's attacking, basically. It makes sense. Well, I guess maybe not poise damage doesn't really make a whole lot of sense. It makes sense in, like, a mechanic sense. Okay, this is the split that has been really bullying me as of late. Yeah, counter hit type deal. That's interesting though that it's poise. Other bosses don't have that. Yeah, it's just Soul of Cinder. Maybe I should learn the speedrun route for Dark Souls 3. I hit jump. Push jump. I was like, let me go ahead and try Namu again, and then I just didn't. Whew. Oh, I forgot to split again. Can you believe it, chat? My foot switch. Oh, I don't have my foot switch profile open. Damn. Super momentum roll? Was it? I wasn't even paying attention. It was an unintentional momentum roll. Oh, did I not equip the Drake Sword? Dang. I got slow fingers today. Dived off the rafters. Oh, you know what might have happened, Reevy? So there's a weird property on some stuff in Dark Souls. Dude, I almost got hit and probably would have died to that that gargoyle. If you hit like some geometry before a drop, sometimes it kind of like vacuum slopes you, like it kind of like sucks you down to the ground a lot faster. So I imagine I probably hit like the underside of the... Oh, geez. Yikes. Stupid fingers today as well as slow fingers. So I imagine I clipped... Oh, if you quit there, they're not aggro to you. That's interesting. Whew. Let's heal up. Oh, that was a bad spot to heal. I thought I was safe there. Just keep showing off that name. Yeah, you got your $500 dues worth. Alright. It wasn't pretty, but it was fine. But yeah, Revi, I'll show you something that I always try and do. When I'm going to ONS, I'll show you something kind of similar there. There's like a couple of weird things that happen with like slopes or like certain things when you're like falling. I think it's the same sort of thing that happens in the Dragon God fight that the only thing that I've added to the Demon Souls speedrun where I jumped so bad, like I my pathing was so bad that I managed to like kind of clip into something that just zipped me down to the bottom of the arena as fast as it could, which is like kind of a viable strat if you get good at like the positioning for it that I don't think anyone really does. Rather than just falling, but like what I'm gonna do here, I take a very specific angle when trying to go here. And I could not do it because I was trying to explain it, but I try and hit like a corner right near that railing, and it dumps me to the bottom a lot faster. Never does the thing I want him to. Whee! We're just gonna be quitting out, showing off that name. I can make the name like Donate or something. I think I know why I've been getting hit there recently versus like other times when I would be running this. And it's because I have been trying to conserve stamina. Okay, I hope the hitbox isn't still active. The ghost hitbox. Yeah, it's very strange, Revi. It's a Demon Souls thing too. I'm sure it's probably something that can be like consistent as well. But it's not super helpful. There's another thing in my old runs that I used to do. Whew! Stamina management.
You lose.
Thank you, Verge. Now I can try and do the quick fall again. There's another thing that I would do in No Wrong Warp when going to get the S-Talk, where I would run and I would jump at a specific angle to try and hit a slope. Wolf Ring wouldn't have helped. It's true. No, that was just bad stamina management. But yeah, I like try and like do like clip. It's like you clip into like where the ceiling would be, so it just zips you down. Zip you down, zip you down. Okay, he ran away, good. I don't think I need these souls, and I'm not going to go for them. I think this will probably be the active hitbox, right? There might be a ghost hitbox there where the hammer was. That's always fun to not know about and then to be speedrunning and hit it. When you get the cutscene there with Smo, if Smo is in the middle of an attack, his hurt box will still be active, so you'll just be in the middle of the fight and run into it and just take damage and or die. Dude, he really, really, really wanted to shovel me there. We're gonna keep the Drake Sword. Yo, hell yeah. Congrats on the first Frostwad. Very impressive. Yeah, and getting the fast move swap. Hell yep. I seriously need to just sit down and like just only practice doing the fast move swap. Oh my god. Why is Gadget not working? Oh, Gadget's... It's because I'm not on the... Oh, man. You are my biggest fan. So, chat, we did not get the Lord Vessel there because I've been talking too much. Yo, what's up, Bluest Yoshi? How's it going? I did not get the Lord Vessel there because I warped away too quickly. Because I'm simply having too much fun talking to chat. There we go, Reevy. That was kind of it, but since it like bumped me backwards, so instead of bumping me all the way down. Yeah, for this run, we're just trying to see exactly how much can go wrong in the marathon. And have it still be underestimate. Yo, nice. The Dirge season? Hell yeah. Dirge was a lot of fun. You might be interested to hear that, There we go. Now we got the Lord Vessel. That, the next game on stream, after I'm done my little, speed running stint here, that I need to play is Final Fantasy IX. I'm gonna be doing that on stream. Oh, hell yeah, Random Sim. Gotta take that pup for a walk. Now we can do 25... Yeah, let's just do 27. Let's just get as much endurance as we can. We don't really need souls anymore. Oh, hell yeah. Yeah, that was a really fun season. That's maybe your favorite. For a while, I was thinking that that one was my favorite as well, and I don't know it as well as I know, like, 7 and 8, so I'm excited to replay it and just see where I would stack it versus that. I don't think anything will ever be better than 8 for me, but... Alright, let's see if we can get ladder move swap. Not quite. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, I think the next run that we do, I will be practicing commentary. I need to practice fast move swap and ladder move swap. Bad stamina management. Killing the move swaps today. At least that's, yeah, the one thing I'm doing well in today. The move swaps of all things. I do see all of this as, like, really helpful practice, though, because, like, even if I, for some reason, do all, like, the worst possible things to do, still pretty close to estimate. Like, we're cutting this one a little close, what with these next splits having potential to be pretty rough. You leave me no choice. We got 10 minutes. It's fine. We don't need the Drake sword anymore either. Whoops. I need to remember which hand I'm two-handing in, because I just zoomed in there because I thought I was two-handing with the sword. Oh, we gotta put on the ring as well. I was like, why do I have so much HP here? Right? I'm gonna focus on this. We're gonna jump. Do a plunge. Do a quick roll. Scary, scary stuff. Whew. That's a strat you don't see too many people doing these days. Maybe in rando. Woo, baby. Look at that. Fast move swap. Yeah, that's a scary, a very scary couple of drops, because the first one, you have to make sure that you are completely neutral on the left control stick, and then you put the input of the direction you want to roll at the same time you roll. And then the other one, you want to be doing the opposite. You want to continue holding it. So it's like, it's very easy to mix them up and then just die. Alright, we got... I don't know if we got 2 hits on the second running attack. You almost pushed me into the lava, dude. Alright, I wasn't sure what she was doing there, so... I wanted to be safe. Dying to her is extremely slow. Yeah, we have a good question over on TikTok about Drake Sword for speedrunning. So the Thief and Black Firebombs and BKH is not faster in this route. That is in some routes. But that is very out of the way. In this one in particular. That's also a, you know, you have to like... There's a random chance involved in that if you're going to get the item. If I was going to be going for a route that's kind of almost as fast, with the BKH, is I would be getting the Black Knight Greatsword instead of the Halberd. There are some routes where the Halberd is still used, but not for any percent in Prepare to Die edition. 45-minute speedrun with it. Yeah, I'm on the last split right now. And my speedrun is really, really bad and really, really slow. And I'm at 33 minutes, and I just got to kill Gwyn. So what I need to do is attune magic here. We're going to put on Homeward. We killed Lautrec, so we can go to Firelink Shrine. Wait, I think I keep putting that on the wrong spot. I'm going to put the Thurland Talisman here. Pyromancer's Flame here. Come on, man. Nailing the fast move swap, not doing the easy spell swap. What? There we go. Now this is going to be a little more than 33 minutes, unfortunately, but my PB in this is 23 minutes. Whew. He wanted to make me do the wrong warp again. He wanted to make me practice the wrong warp again. But yeah, I'm practicing this for a GDQ hotfix, which is coming up on Sunday. I'll be doing a lot of... I'll be explaining everything. I'm a pro. You hear that, chat? Twitch chat? YouTube chat thinks I'm a pro. My PB is PC. Pretty crazy. Yeah, that was a good PB. There's a lot of improvement that can happen. I think after I'm done with the GDQ stream, I'll probably try and go for a PB for a little bit. Just because I would like to... The fastest time that I saw with this specific route on the leaderboard before Blighttown skip came into play, which saves like a minute, is about 23 minutes and I think 18 seconds maybe? I forget specifically, but my goal time was 23 minutes and 17 seconds. Okay, this fight's actually really scary. Let me just focus up here. Okay, he is not cooperating, so we're just going to quit out and start again. Will he just... Okay, so he's still staggering, although he might not be. Yeah, so we're going to quit out again. What we want to do here is we want to hit him first to queue it up so that every time we attack him again, he will stagger immediately. It takes 2 hits to stagger him. We're doing 2 hits each time we do a running attack. What we do here is we dodge here, hopefully. Dodge that attack. Immediately do a running attack. The first hit staggers him, and then we hit him with another one. So then the next time we start a running attack, we stagger him and just kind of stun lock him. He can still jump away, and he has a very fast attack that can just kind of kill us in one hit. So we're trying to avoid that, given that we're at the very end of the run. And this fight is all about stamina management. Did I get the helmet? I did not. So yeah, that would be time. That was a really bad run, which shows the power of having a very, very generous estimate. I had to run back and get the Lord Vessel. I think I'm shooting to try and have around like 33 minutes during the marathon. Thank you for the GGs. Yeah, I think we'll try commentary on the next one. Chat, it looks like on Twitch there's an ad break that needs to happen, so I'm going to run ads really quick. And you guys won't miss anything. We won't start the run until the ads are over, but let me go ahead and do that really quick. Like, dang, I can't believe we've already been streaming for an hour and we only did 1 speedrun. Makes sense because the speedrun was not particularly good, but yeah, let me go ahead and run those ads, and by the time I get back, we'll start the next run. Right, I think that should be going now. And if you're watching on YouTube or TikTok, hello. If anyone has any questions about the route, feel free to ask me. I'm going to be practicing commentary, so I'll be explaining things when I go as I go along. Let's see that. Let me look at my splits here and see why it's not game time, real time. Okay, well, real time is updated now, so it should show me... I don't know. Live split's been very weird recently. Thank you, Greg. I definitely need the luck. I haven't been having too much luck, but the good news is, even when I've had runs that I'm like, that was horrible, it's still been underestimate, which is important. How are you doing today, Greg? But yeah, so the route, so the reason, the question about getting the Black Knight Halberd and starting as Thief with the Master Key instead, I do start with the Master Key, but I start as a Pyromancer, which makes me have to kill the Asylum Demon straight up instead of just throwing firebombs at it. But in this route, all we have to do is like get the Lord Vessel pretty much, and then ring the bells. So we just start, go immediately to Sen's Fortress. We skip Sen's Gate. We make it to Anorlando. We kill ONS. We get the Lord Vessel. We warp back to Firelink Shrine to set it as like our kind of home base. We kill Gargoyles. We kill Quelaag. And we ring both of the bells so that way we can get to the Firelink Altar quickly. And then from the Firelink Altar, we can wrong warp in. The old any % route used to use the Black Knight Halberd. I think the new one, the most optimal, does use the Black Knight Greatsword, but going through Valley of the Drakes is actually slower than just going right through Undead Burg. And it's like, depending on if you're doing Blighttown skip or not, it's theoretically a little bit faster if you use Black Knight Greatsword than the Dragon Tooth. And the benefit of using a Black Knight weapon is that you can upgrade it much easier. If I wanted to upgrade the Dragon Tooth, that's why, like, it takes so many attacks on Gwyn to kill him. It takes, like, 6, 7 attacks on Gwyn to kill him. It's because my weapon isn't fully upgraded. With the Black Knight Halberd, you can actually, like, immediately... You can get one Twinkling Titanite, dupe that, and then have a fully upgraded Black Knight Halberd, and that is real nice. Would never have thought of that. I wouldn't have thought of it either. I had the smarter people in the Souls speedrun community think of it, and then I was like, alright, I can do that. I just let Androv think of it, you know? Not doing great today, Greg? Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, dude. I hope things improve. But yeah, there's a lot of different routes. The reason I like this route is because it doesn't involve any farming. And all of these strats are ones that you could do on console as well. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, there's nothing in this that would prevent you from not being able to do it on a console. But okay, I think the ads on Twitch are over, so let's start a new run. I'm gonna just do some commentary. I'm gonna just kind of go through exactly what I'm doing and start practicing that. Because what's today? Tuesday? It's Tuesday, and my run is gonna be on Sunday, so it's coming up, but it is a couple of holidays. You got treated for Giardia. Off work until the 2nd? Well, I'm sorry to hear you had Giardia. My cat just had that. So it must be going around. That sounds rough. But hey, sick that you have off work until the 2nd. Is that like for like holiday stuff, or is that Giardia related? But I hope you're feeling better. Alright, we'll do exclamation. Oh, I keep typing in the wrong... The dual PC thing always throws me off. Lost 12 pounds. That makes sense. I mean, this is a scary thing. Okay, so we're starting as Pyromancer because we need the Pyromancer's glove to be able to do the homeward wrong warp at the very end of the run. Do Bun. Shoutouts to Bun Dumpling. Let's see, where are my splits? I have those at the ready. Oh, yeah, that makes sense, Mo. That makes sense. Okay, I'm going to jump into the commentary chat, so, and if anyone has any questions and wants to put them in chat as well, that would be great as well, because I'll want to, I think that'll probably happen on the GDQ stream as well. People might be like, hey, what about this? And I'll try and explain as I'm going through my, my thought process. We're going to start with this character. Time is going to start right as my character starts standing up, so right now. And this is Dark Souls Prepare to Die edition. An important distinction to make right off the bat is that this is a lot different than Dark Souls remastered speedruns. There's a lot of different glitches between the two different versions of the game, and I personally and a lot of people in the Souls speedrunning community agree that Prepare to Die edition glitches are a little bit more fun, a little bit more interesting. In Remastered, you can kind of just get super overpowered immediately, which is fun in its own way, but this one kind of has a lot more going on in it, where you have different kind of equipment loads and rolling speeds and things like that. So it kind of keeps you on your toes, even though this run can be done very, very quickly. So the first thing we want to do is escape the asylum, and we have to kill the asylum demon. Now this route differs from some other ones where you would start with the black fire bombs and just throw them at the demon. Because we need to start with the Master Key, and we need a Pyromancer's Glove. And the fastest way to do both of those things is to start as Pyromancer and start with the Master Key as your starting gift, rather than starting as Thief, which always just has it automatically. So we're going to let this guy give us the key out of here. We're going to hope that these hollows up here are nice. They usually aren't, but I'm going to do some AI manipulation here by rolling to kind of try and bait them out here. I kind of linger here a little bit. I knew he was going to hit me, so I had to roll through that. I knew they wouldn't be nice. We're going to wait until he's done shooting his arrow and just heal up, because we got to actually fight the demon. What I'm going to do here is a jumping R2 attack, and I missed it completely. So we're going to see if we can start that over. I don't know how it changes it if you have to quit out there. So doing a jumping attack in Dark Souls, if you're familiar with it, it's a little awkward. You have to hit forward and the R2 button at the same time. Okay, so we didn't get exactly what we needed, but that's fine. He was in a different position, so we didn't get the double hit. So we only did 320 damage to him, so we're just going to kind of take this a little slower. He's got a long reach, since it's going off script. It's fine. Hit him once there. But we do have Fireball, which is nice, because it does do a decent amount of damage to him. So typically, if that fight goes well, or doesn't go poorly like it just did there, you can actually really quickly get some attacks in and then hit him with the fire bombs, and it's really nice and really optimal. But he did not want to cooperate today, which makes sense, because this is for a marathon. Yeah, what's up, Barricade? Okay, so the reason that I just brought up the computer settings there is because when you first get to this location, there will be some text on the screen that tells you that you have arrived in Lordran and that you can level up at bonfires. It's not really helpful instructions, especially to speedrunners who already know how to do all of that stuff. But that text does not come up if we have the keybind settings or the PC settings open. So we kind of jump into the cutscene there and open up the menu to open up the PC settings. So that way we don't get that, because if that text is on screen, you can't actually run. And it takes it saves a couple of seconds, and it takes some getting used to, like where to jump and everything, but it does save a couple of seconds. You can start running immediately instead of waiting for that text to disappear. So here we're going to buy the rapier, we're going to buy the short bow, the east-west shield, and as many wooden arrows as we can. We really only need like 2 total, I think, but this kind of gives us insurance in case we miss some of the arrow shots, which I've certainly never done, but it's good to have a couple extra. Okay, so those guys actually cooperated. We're going to kick this guy out of the way. So right now, it's important to note that as a Pyromancer, I am starting out at level 1. And I needed all of my souls to buy all of that stuff. So we're still at level 1. So it makes Undead Burg a very, very scary, scary spot. And it makes this boss also a pretty scary boss. But luckily we do have some strategies that have about a 70% success rate that hopefully we can get. Because 1, it looks really cool, and 2, it makes things a lot easier. So what we're going to do, we're going to take a specific pathing here. I cannot do. I'm going to wait until they shoot the arrows again. I'm going to jump. Oh, I just messed it up completely. So let's just try it again. We'll try it once, and then we'll do the backup strat. But with particular pathing, which I can't seem to get right now, you can have like a 70% chance to just have the Taurus Demon run directly off of the bridge. We're gonna jump here, gonna roll and then backstep, We got hit by the arrow, so that's going to throw off the timing a little bit, but this might still work. He's in the spot that we want him to be. Oh, he just stun-locked me. Classic. But that's fine. We're going to use the pine resin that we picked up to fight him. And this is what we would call a good time for donations. And that is something that I need to put a lot of practice into. That's one of those strats that, like, when you practice it, it all works completely perfectly. And then, like, when you're actually in runs, it does not. We're just going to run back there. How you doing, Sness? It's good to see you. Is there a piece of lore regarding the Taurus Demon? Yeah, so the Taurus Demon, I think the lore of, like, Undead Burg is after the war with the dragons. As, like, the Age of Fire is starting to dwindle. Demons from Lost Izalith started moving in. And then later on you get to Lost Izalith and the demon ruins. So it's kind of, they're just sort of like encroaching on Gwyn's territory now that, like, the dragons aren't holding them off. Whoop. Okay, so we're just going to do the old strat here. Since the Taurus one is skill-based, as well as RNG-based. So we pick up the gold pine resin from, we use the master key to get into that residence, and then we pick up this, and we go here to spawn him in. I think that's only one soul there. I'm going to do a running attack and attack again. Luckily, with the pine resin here, we can do a lot of damage very quickly. I might be dead. I am not, because we're trying to heal, because we're gotta play it a little safe. Okay. Not pretty. Not great, but hey. That's that good old-fashioned marathon luck, you know? That no reset luck. We also want to make sure that we have our bow here, as well as the arrows, which we do. Now we're going to find another use for the gold pine resin, but first we're going to hopefully avoid these flames. We're going to heal here just because the timing of the heal animation works out to be the exact time that you need to wait in order to avoid the attack, the flame attack. So we're going to shoot this Drake. We're going to shoot the Drake with an arrow to bait him down here, and then we're going to run up with the pine resin on the axe. And then it only takes 3 attacks to cut his tail so that we can get the Drake Sword, which is the item that we're going to be using for the next couple of bosses. Okay, my menuing's a little messed up here. We're also going to take this safety elevator here. So that way, if we should happen to die in the time between now and when we next use the bonfire, we can just ride the elevator back up. We've already had to do one run back through Undead Burg at level 1. We don't want to do that again. Okay, so this is Sen's Gate Skip. So I'm going to stand in this position right here. He's going to try and attack me. I'm going to move over here. And I parry him, and then I riposte him and kill him. It's important to kill him here. And that will clip me into the stairs so that I don't hit a death plane, but I hit a death cam plane. So now we have the camera fixed above our head, which prevents the Sen's Gate from loading in. There's also a bonfire right here that I'm going to rest at. And very important here, we need 12 dexterity to be able to use the weapons for the next boss fight. And luckily we're decently into the run. We're about 10 minutes into it, 11 minutes into it, and we are no longer level 1. So now we are a whopping level 4, so we're essentially unkillable. Surely nothing else can kill me in this run, now that I am level 4. Oh, is that what a Dutch angle means, Eric? I don't think I realized that. I think you're full of baloney. Okay, so this is an area that if you've ever played Dark Souls, you're probably very familiar with. This is Sen's Fortress, which is a big gut check when you first play Dark Souls, and you're like, there's no way they can expect me to be able to make my way through here. But luckily, all of these blades and all of these traps are on a set cycle that will happen when you restart. So we skip through the gate, we quit out so that we get the normal camera back, and that sets up the cycles so they're extremely comfy, and we kind of just run on through. So here's another one of those, an instance of another one of those traps. This boulder which is coming for me, I can simply just quit out here, and it restarts the boulder cycle. So now we don't have to worry about it. If we had more stamina, if we were higher than level 4 and we had a lot of stamina, we could run from that fog gate all the way through there, and if we didn't run out of stamina, you can actually beat the boulder. But at this amount of endurance, it's pretty tight. I don't even think it's possible. We would run out of endurance before we do, so we just quit out there. There's also some routes where you can kind of just backstep through the boulder, but we don't have the HP for that. Oh yeah, the logos. Yeah, luckily in speedrunning we were able to remove the logos on the PC version, so we don't have to sit through the From Software and the Havoc and whatever else logos that come up. Okay, so now we're going to do what's called a move swap glitch, where I'm going to be doing a jump animation, and I'm going to be doing a precise set of inputs here. And did not do it correctly, but that's fine. We'll try it again. Oh, you know what? I mentioned earlier that my my menuing was messed up, and that's... We might have actually gotten the fast move swap there, but I will do the slow one really quick, and then I will explain it. So basically, what we just did was we put the Drake Sword over the bow as we were two-handing it. As our character was getting ready to two-hand the bow, we put another weapon on top of it. And a bow is a unique item that can be two-handed in the left hand, but does not have a running animation. So it is going to default to the running animation of our right-hand weapon, which just so happens to be 2 attacks. Okay, we got the good RNG on the Iron Golem. And I missed 1 hit. We're going to have to bait this out a little bit differently. And that did not do it, so that's fine. It gives me more time to kind of explain what's going on in this fight. And so now we're able to use the weapon in our left hand, and we're able to get 2 hits from it. And we're going to be using that a lot for the remainder of the run. That is the main source of DPS that we're having. So what we're going to do here is we're going to try and hit the Golem's ankle twice. See if we get the good RNG twice again. So we hit him 4 times there. This is the bad RNG, but it's fine because we know the backups, and this should work. So we need to do like a little over 400 damage to the Iron Golem's ankles to get him to fall like that. And that may have looked pretty easy, but that is actually like, if not the hardest fight in this route, it is one of the hardest fights in this route. It's very precise. You saw me mess it up the first time. Very easy to mess up. I got pretty good at doing backup strats on that fight because getting the most optimal one was pretty rare for me when I first started speedrunning this game, and now it's sort of like second nature, which is really nice. But that was a very frustrating fight at the start of speedrunning that is now probably my favorite because of how specific it is. And I mean, for this section, it's a lot of just running. We're just running to the next boss here. We're also going to level up to be prepared for the next couple, the next item that we want to use, the next weapon that we want to use, so we need 28 strength for that. And we need as much endurance as we can get, because The endurance makes that green bar at the top left of the screen bigger, and that is the most important bar in any From Software game, but especially Dark Souls 1. That is the every speedrunner's favorite thing to look at. But now this would be a great time for donations, since we're just going to be running through this area and making our way to the next boss. And then I imagine there'll be some donations. Because this, what's really cool about this, chat, is that this hotfix is actually going to be a charity hotfix. Which I think, I read somewhere, this might be the first time that a GDQ hotfix has been a charity one. Okay, we're going to try and do Namu Rafters, which saves a little bit of time. Dude, Namu seems like it's actually easier than I've been making it, because I've been doing it in a way that, they'll be doing announcement and stuff during the show, but it won't actually have donations to read because it's through the, oh, okay, well, that's good to know, Spacey. Then I can just keep talking, I can just keep yapping about Dark Souls or ADHD or something then. Because, yeah, this event is for, disability and neurodivergence. And it's going to be raising money for the I think like a charity for autistic women, which is really good. That's a cause that's very close to my heart because my fiance does have autism, and if you could believe it, getting an autism diagnosis as a woman is much more difficult just because of weird societal norms and double standards and things. So the cards are kind of stacked against women in a lot of ways, and neurodivergent people in a lot of ways, and combining both of them, they're even more stacked against them, and it's pretty terrible. Want some time to talk? Sure, yeah. Okay, we're just gonna roll. Oh, baby! That was more luck than anything. Yeah, I need to get my talking points down about the charity, but that's what I'll be doing when I can't sleep tonight. I'll be going over that in my head. Yo, what's up, Fairy? Congrats on the watch streak. Okay, we're just gonna level up our endurance here as much as we can. 21, nice. Because one of those Batwing demons fell, we can actually level up our endurance a little more. And that's the go fast stat, so that's always good. Okay, we're just going to jump through this illusory wall here and make our way to the item that we need, which is the Dragon Tooth. Where's my homeward bone? Oh, that's weird. I must have accidentally, like, removed that at some point. But we're going to duplicate this homeward bone by queuing up using it during an animation, and then opening up the menu and using a different item on top of it. That is a glitch that does not exist in the remaster, because they changed the way that queuing up items works. When you hit pause, it just gets rid of everything in the remaster. But in Prepare to Die edition, we can use it. But now we're coming up to Ornstein and Smo, which, if you've played this game casually, you were probably also very familiar with them. They're very difficult, and quite get the quick fall there. But what I want to do here is enter the fog gate, not quite at the center, and that will change Smo's pathing a little bit. Okay, so Ornstein's there. We're gonna hit him, and it's the same sort of thing. So now what's really nice about this weapon is that we're still doing the same kind of thing that we were doing to the Iron Golem. We're getting 2 attacks at once. That's okay. We killed Ornstein, and now he's going to spawn at the other side of the arena. But the nice thing about this weapon is that it's very heavy, so I can't roll the way that I wanted to. So now we gotta fight them again, but that's fine. What's cool about this weapon is that it does a lot of poise damage. So it only takes 2 hits to stagger a boss. And luckily we're doing 2 hits with 1 attack, because normally this weapon isn't very viable. It's very slow, it's very cumbersome. So it takes quite a while to get 2 hits in to stagger a boss, but since we're just doing 2, if we connect both of our running attack hits, it's basically a free stagger. So we can kind of just stun lock bosses left and right. It doesn't take out all the challenge, obviously, because it's still very, very heavy. We're currently mid-rolling. We're going to avoid this attack. We're going to let him jump around a little bit. Jumping a bunch. So yeah, I mean, you can kind of see, even with such an overpowered weapon and overpowered glitch, fight can go off the rails pretty quickly. But I can also explain how the move swap glitch works a little better. So when I do a jump animation, there's some frames where I can queue up two-handing the bow. And if I time it just right, there's a way that I can put the dragon tooth there. So you saw my character was about to two-hand it, but let me explain the easier, more accessible, slow move swap, where I'm going to two-hand the rapier now. I'm going to block and then hit start. I'm going to change to the bow, which when I turn around now, I will try and two-hand it. This isn't a timing-based thing. I can do it just freely. Turn around and select that, and I didn't do it because I was explaining it, which is classic, but if I get into the muscle memory of it all. There we go. So that is actually why I play as a female character, because that is a glitch that is much easier to do as a female character model. We call it the still move swap, because if you play as a male character, you can still do that, but you have to be constantly moving. And with this one, you don't have to do that. So Ornstein jumped directly into that big Smo attack there. My camera just got a little scuffed. So Smo jumped backwards. We're going to have to try and bait out an attack here. They're really not cooperating. They know it's a marathon. I had a feeling you'd hit me. So we're just going to we're going to quit out here, start the fight over. Because when they're both next to each other like that, it's really a bad time. There's actually a way that's pretty precise where you can break their AI. You can kill Ornstein before he even realizes that you're in the fight, which I have never really learned. It's a lot of very specific inputs. And I like to kill them the old-fashioned way, by using the move swap glitch instead. But yeah, we'll see here. We will be able to stagger Smo with 2 hits. This can still be scary because he can jump and do an attack that's... He's trying to do it, but we're going to try and stagger him out of it. Okay, jumping backwards is fine. We'll wait until he does something and leaves us with an opening. That's perfect. And we hit him once. Let's take off the dragon tooth because we're moving very slowly with it. And we got them. So all of this was just so we could get this next item, which is crucial for 2 reasons. One, it allows us to warp, and more importantly, because it allows us to warp, it allows us to wrong warp. We are going to dupe this bone again and make sure that we don't warp away too quickly and then have to run back to get the Lord Vessel. Who would ever do that? Okay, now I'm going to warp to Firelink Shrine and set that kind of as my last rested at bonfire. And I'm also going to level up. We're going to level up to 25 endurance. Actually, let's do 28. This level up is not necessary in the run at all. But since it's a marathon, we're going with some slightly easier strats always good to add more endurance. Insane grind. So also, if I was like going for a PB, I wouldn't actually buy this shield. But the reason that I bought the shield in like the second split, right before the Taurus Demon, like one of the first things that I did in this game, is because of this guy here, just to block him twice. Still almost managed to backstab me. He's still coming in hot. But also these guys. Because a lot of times they will just straight up attack you immediately when you round that corner. So blocking them loses a little bit of time. But it's nice and safe. So I like it for a marathon. So now I'm going to try and explain the slow move swap again. So we're going to take our right-hand weapon. We're going to block with it. We're going to make sure that we're moving to the bow, which will queue up us two-handing the bow. Going to turn around. And when we turn around, there's like a slight timing thing with it. I did a little too fast there, so you see me attacking. But then we got the move swap. So now we're just going to fight the gargoyles with a much more powerful weapon than we would normally have, and doing much more damage per attack with it. So only takes him 3 hits there, and then with this we just do 1 running attack. Does 2 damage, 2 ticks of damage with the Dragon Tooth, and they're both dead. Managed to make a dumb mistake and then luck into not being a dumb mistake. Hell yeah, Deathchain. That's the best feeling. I don't know if you've ever watched Arrested Development, Deathchain, but there's a lot of instances of things like that happening in Arrested Development. And their response to it is always, oh, that was a freebie. So that's what I say every time something like that happens to me. Like at work, where it's like, oh boy, I almost messed up here. It's like, oh wait, I didn't. Okay, so, now we're gonna kill this guy, which isn't required for the route, but he's a bad person. And it's a very funny way to kill him, using the R2 of that, Drake sword there. We really want, his ring. We get his ring, which gives us more equipment load and a little bit more stamina. But it works out that if we have 25 endurance, then with our current setup, we will be able to fast roll while we have the Dragon Tooth. I'm just dropping some of these trash items that we have. We don't really need them anymore. We're going to jump over here, and we're going to make our way to the next boss that we have to fight. And another pretty difficult glitch here. We're going to do a fall damage cancel to get down to the bottom of Blighttown very quickly. Because this is a more beginner-friendly route, we don't do the Blighttown skip, which is something that can take hundreds of hours just to be able to execute. You want to see that one, you're going to have to watch AGDQ in a couple weeks. And watch QQs run. What I'm going to do is a fall damage cancel with a plunge attack, where I jump here, I do a plunge, I roll at a specific time, roll here, do a plunge again, and then when I get at the bottom, I roll. So in Dark Souls, when you do a plunging attack, it allows you to have like one more input before you reach the bottom. And if that input is a roll, you can actually roll through an iframe with the roll any damage that you receive, including fall damage. That trick there that I just did is actually very difficult. Because the first jump that you do, you need to make sure that you're completely neutral on the left controller stick, and then when you're ready to roll, you have to put it in the direction that you're trying to roll. And then on the second drop, after the second platform, it's the opposite, where you want to already be holding the direction that you're going to roll in. So this is Quelaag, again, kind of a... This weapon that we have is gated by her. We would have to in order to get here in the intended, like the developer intended way to this boss, or to get the dragon tooth, we would actually have to have already killed her. So we're doing a bunch of damage to her. So it's a pretty simple fight. We'll keep the move swap active in case we have to kill any NPCs during the actual marathon. And now we don't actually have to dupe this homeward bone, which is nice. There's a little bit of a timing window when trying to dupe it. With this one, after we ring the bell, we just get a homeward bone for free anyway. So we just queue it up, use it. And we just get one for free. Alright, so now we are in the last split. We are cutting out the second half of the game by going to this NPC. Petrus. And he's going to ask us to join his covenant. I always do that. I always try and hit yes, a prompt early, and then undo my move swap.
No.
That's okay, because we need to purchase Talisman as well as Homeward. And just in case we need to kill him in the actual marathon, we'll do our still move swap. Oh. On the wrong hand there. And we kill him. And we'll spare the we'll pretend that the crestfallen knight is being spared. Okay, so here's the Lord Vessel, the whole reason we went to Anorlando. And now we're going to place it and set this as our last rested at bonfire. And we are going to warp the Firelink Shrine, or any bonfire really, but now we're going to set up the move swap, or the spell swap. And this is the reason that we start with the Pyromancer's Glove. So I'm going to try and use... I guess I'll explain this in the run-up to the end of the boss while I try and do this here. If I can even do it. I'm going a little too early. I don't know why this has been... Okay, there we go. So not quite first try, but what I did there was I used the animation of the Fireball Pyromancy spell. To use Homeward, I was able to do what we call a spell swap, where on the first frame of going to use Fireball, I actually change Fireball to Homeward. And if you time that correctly, we're able to trick the game into letting us use Homeward, which is a spell that we can't actually use with our stats right now, but we're able to use it with the animation of Fireball. And Fireball is a little bit faster than the animation for Homeward, where we kind of, you know, take a knee and pray. And because of that, we're able to go to the bonfire and rest at the bonfire. So the game is trying to update our last known bonfire to Firelink Shrine. But it had already been set to the Firelink Altar, right where we were resting, where the Lord Vessel was. Because of that, it puts the game in a state where it doesn't really know where to put us, so it just puts us in the default location of the last known location that we were, which is the Firelink Altar, and it just so happens that the default area is the Kiln of the First Flame, beyond the door. We don't actually have to kill any of the bosses. Whoa! And now we get to do it again. That was a very rare immediate fast attack that there was nothing I could really do about that there. So this fight is more of the same when it comes to move swap with the Dragon Tooth. We'll just go ahead and do this one more time. Oh, wait. Actually, wait. I want to test this really quick. I don't think I need to go and rest at the... I might need to go and rest at the altar again. Aha. Alright, I gotta be testing this again. So let's see. I think I might need to. Yeah, I do. Okay, that's good to know. This is you trying to use a remote. Okay, so we just need to go and rest here again. Set our location to here. Warp to Firelink Shrine. And now we need to do the wrong warp again. What I'm doing here is I am using the fireball spell, and then a frame later, while I swap to homeward, I am also there we go. When I'm swapping to homeward, I'm also hitting R1. So I'm doing L1 and R1 at the same time, essentially, like a frame apart. And that allows me to use the animation of Fireball while throwing homeward. And it just really lucks out that the default location of this area is past the door that we would need to go and kill 4 bosses in order to open. So it makes it really, really fast. Yeah, so in Dark Souls Prepare to Die Edition, it does run at 30 FPS. So that is 1/30th of a second. Dark Souls Remastered, at least the version that's not on Nintendo Switch, runs at 60 FPS. So the way that you do a spell swap homeward wrong warp in Remastered is actually much different. You actually have to use a force spell for that, which you can also do in this one, but that one is it's a much different process. Okay, so here's Gwyn again. He was already very mean to us once. We're gonna dodge here. We're gonna attack him once. I think I see what I did wrong the last time. So what we want to do is we want to stagger him immediately with an attack. We want to always have him, we want to like walk behind him so that he starts turning towards us instead of just attacking. So the opening is very crucial there. Here we're just going to keep doing this, and takes a number of hits here. And that's Gwyn. That is a very scary fight because, like you saw earlier, at any point he could just do that fast attack and take me down completely. But that would be time. And these runs have been rough. Yeah, I definitely need to do way more commentary practice. But we're just going to go right back in and do one last run. We won't do commentary this time. We'll just do an old run practice. Thank you, Greg. Thank you for the GGs. Sorry for not being as active with talking to chat. Oh, let me scroll up and see what Death Chain was saying. You offered to tutor someone in statistics. And it was like, oh shit. Is this the hard stats? Looked at the course code they gave you, and it was psychology and social sciences stat, which you tutored recently, but you didn't know where those notes were. Oof. Alright, Greg. Well, I hope you have a good night. Hope things get better. Hotfix. Pyromancer. Master Key. Alright. But yeah, it is good to know that even the worst runs that I have, like, each of my runs have felt worse and worse. And even those, I'm like, oh man, it's still underestimate. That's the importance of an estimate. The road to 23. So we're not actually going for PBs, Mo. Not yet, at least. Maybe we will next week. Pyromancer plus Master Key is so nice casually, too. It's true. Pyromancy spells are very, very powerful and very broken. Even when you don't only use them for the first battle, like the first boss fight, and to wrong warp. I would like to be able to channel my inner Argic and just speak very, very, very fast about strats while speed running. Funny that there's like a million things, like even if I was talking about everything that I'm thinking about in Dark Souls while running it, it would not be nearly enough time. Roll here. We're going to try and bait out these hollows here, who are very mean. I run over to this wall here to try and bait out that attack. Avoid these guys, get here. Now what we're going to do is a jumping R2, so that we can do 2 ticks of damage here, which is kind of a glitch. First glitch of the run. We did 415, which is the magic number in this instance. We're going to avoid that attack, and we're just going to throw 2 fireballs, and he is dead. Now we're going to open this. Remember to split. There's so much. It's nuts. Like, I didn't even talk about toggling at all. Yeah, who's the furtive pygmy? Nobody actually knows that one. Not even Androv knows that one. Okay, so we're going to jump animation here, and we're going to go up to the key settings to just skip a line of dialogue that appears here that prevents us from running. I am taking that bonfire there. We don't really need to, but that gives us 10 Estus. And we're only at level 1 right now. And this next area is really rough. We're not wearing any armor because that would be slow. And all these enemies are really good at hitting us. Being at level 1, we don't really have a whole lot of HP to get through the area. So the more Estus we have, the better, just for safety's sake. That guy almost hit me. For a second, you thought Pyromancy Flame said Pregnancy Flame? Yeah, I think that would be a different game. Whoop! Okay, so we're breaking through those boxes just by doing the jumping animation there. Talking to this guy. We're going to buy the rapier. We're going to be buying the short bow, the east-west shield, and as many arrows as we can, which looks like 33. I think we really only need... We only need 2 arrows in this run. So it doesn't necessarily really save time to hit the down input to get the maximum number that you can, which in this instance is 33. Versus the 2 if we hit up. But it gives us insurance that if we miss an arrow shot, it's not just rip run. Okay, so we're just using the master key there, which was our starting gift. To grab this gold pine resin out of this chest, we're going to jump over here. There's a trap coming for us right here that we're just going to jump on over. This guy's going to miss us with his sword swing. And now we're going to try for a really cool strat that has about a 70% success rate. And even less when I'm trying it. We're going to... Oh my god, dude. I can't do this at all, man. Let's actually just practice that. We're gonna just go ahead and practice that. It's like I'm like definitely overthinking it. Alright, here we go. Oh, right, we don't have save files set up like this. Okay. I was too... Yeah, I wasn't respecting it enough, I think. Remember earlier when I was like, wait, why isn't Gadget working? It's like, I'm trying to run Gadget on this PC while the game is running on the other one. I think the last time I ran this route at a marathon, it was right around when we found the Taurus, the fast Taurus strat. I did not use it. Let's see if we can do this. Let's try this. Little alternate pathing here. Little bit of alternate pathing here. Since we already got the pine resin. So he's not using that trap anymore. It's legal. It is. In routes where you do ESM, you actually grab the blue tearstone ring. Okay, so it's literally just, I was trying to cut it too early and then... Alright, I already messed it up again. Stamina management that time. Damn, dude, he just pushed me off. I mean, he fell to his death as well, so that's not exactly what it's supposed to look like. I think that throws off the soul routing as well. Yoicks. But yeah, let's just call it there, chat. I'm gonna work on getting save files over on the other computer and getting that all set up. But two really bad runs today that were completely fine in terms of estimate. So it's good to be like, okay, even if things go really, really poorly for the marathon, at least it will be at least it'll be underestimate. Cool. So I just need to work on my commentary and some of the strats. Well, fine. But yeah, I'm gonna go and cook some dinner. I'm gonna go and figure out dinner. I don't know what the rest of my week is gonna look like in terms of streaming, because holidays. I'm gonna try and stream tomorrow maybe, but I think Frostbot has like a half day. So I might just get, I might just do some offline practicing, but I'll obviously be, I think, yeah, I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, good to see you as well. Thanks for hanging. But yeah, let's find someone to raid. I will talk to you guys in a little bit.